And welcome. Today is day 6 of 28 of the Awakening 28-day meditation constellations. So I wanted to remind everyone to have your tabletop, your Post-its, little pieces of paper are fine, and a pen, and of course a quiet space. And I was just about to say before I hit record, do you guys want to start adding? I know some of you do this as well. I always have my candle here. This is my source candle. And I also always have my little tea light candles that I add to constellations. Some people add crystals. I do that as well sometimes. Usually I just work with Post-it notes, but whatever's supporting for you, that could be representing in the field. You can place also in your constellation. So think of that as could be actually representing something, but it could also be support for you as well. And the support, whatever object that is, could represent in different things in different constellations. So just be thinking about that for you as we continue on with these support constellations. We're actually going to get started here in just a few moments, just waiting for that last minute. And I will also add the power of water. When I do my constellations, I'm chugging water because I'm processing so much. So do that for yourself as well during constellation perhaps, but also after. It really helps process what this healing. And I'm going to take a sip right now. All right. So it is 8:05, and we'll let people in through this 60-second minute, as opposed to a 90-second minute. I don't know what that meant, but we'll keep letting people in. So thank you guys for all being here. Again, this is day 6 of 28. We're doing a tabletop constellation where you're going to basically be mirroring what I'm doing. This is a support constellation. And I think we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to flip my camera so that you can see my tabletop. And we're going to get started with the first part that we're going to place into the field. So we're going to start off a little bit differently today, and let's get some focus. We're going to start writing us on this Zoom session. So it's us on this Zoom session. Us on this Zoom session. And then on the top, you're going to put that arrow. That's the direction in which us on this Zoom session is facing. We're going to place us on the Zoom session kind of on the bottom here. And I know I'm going in and out of focus, just bear with it. Let's, as it gets some clarity. You know, there's no accidents in the field, so we just kind of roll with the information that we get. So we're literally getting some clarity on some things and some focus on things. So we'll allow that out of focus to be part of the field, to be all inclusive. So placing your hand on us on this Zoom session, let's really feel into that. Noticing how that starts to appear for you. So presencing yourself within this us. And now presencing the others, noticing them around you, noticing them in your field. How do they occur to you? How close or how far do they feel? Perhaps you can see them in your mind's eye. Just notice them, feel the connection to them. And now I want you to really presence yourself. So sitting in your seat, feet on the ground, in your body, really presencing yourself. I want you to presence again the healthy boundary that we placed into the field on day 1 of this constellation meditations. So really presencing the healthy boundaries. Perhaps it's that blue light. So in the center of a sphere of blue light. So whatever that is for you, being in the center of that sphere of healthy boundaries, presence that now. And feeling into us on this Zoom session. So feeling those around you, us on this Zoom session, and you surrounded by your healthy boundary, your healthy boundaries. And there's an acknowledgement. So acknowledge that only the energy that is in my greatest good can pass through. So acknowledge that again. And now I want you to notice the others on this Zoom session. So all of us, and notice their healthy boundaries. So perhaps they are in this sphere of blue light, completely surrounded. So noticing all of their healthy boundaries. Only the energies that are in our greatest good can pass through. And perhaps there's turning to each other, acknowledging each other. And then also noticing the healthy boundaries that are around this, our whole field here, acknowledging that. We're gonna take that one step further. So the people that are watching this video, there is our linear concept of time is how we experience it. So just presence them now. Those who watch the video later, which we consider later in our linear concept of time, just presence them now. Also see them with us on this Zoom session. Also see their healthy boundaries. So sitting in your healthy boundaries and seeing their healthy boundaries, and then also the whole collective healthy boundaries around the field. Okay, we're going to place the next thing in. We're actually going to look at our connection. So we're going to call it our connection. And then draw that arrow up top. That's the direction that our connection is facing. We're going to place our connection in front of us on this Zoom session. So we're going to get a closer look at our connection. So placing your hand on our connection, let's feel what that feels like. And then you can place one hand on our connection and one hand on us on this Zoom session. So really feel together how we are all connected. How does that show up for you? What's the energy of that? Feel that viscerally in your body. How in your body we are connected to the others, to us. Feel that collective sense. Perhaps you're seeing how that's connecting, how you're connected. So feeling it, seeing it, knowing it, using all your senses. And let's place this connection beside us. So let's just place that beside us and perhaps feeling into it again. We're going to add the next part. Let's add what's called why we are here on these sessions. Okay, so why we, I know that's a lot of words, and I spelled that wrong. Why we are here on these sessions. Why we are here on these sessions. Again, we'll put that arrow up top. We're going to look at that. So why we are here on these sessions in front of us on this Zoom session. So let's place our hand on the why. Feel the vastness of that. Feel the whys, the different reasons, the different purposes. Feel the depth of that. How does that show up? There's this acknowledgement of others, the other people on this call. And what brings them here. Their drive, their passion, their purpose, their desires. There's a sense of community. So notice how this shows up for you. The why we are here on these sessions. Perhaps it's personal development, personal healing for our families, for each other. So notice how that shows up for you. And then place your hand on us on this Zoom session and why we are here on these sessions. Let's feel into that together. Perhaps you're noticing in your heart this connection, this compassion. So notice how that shows up for you. And again, I encourage you at any time during any constellation to check back into other parts so you can feel into all three, our connection, us on this Zoom session, and why we are here on these sessions. So feeling into that. You may also notice these desires for people. Desire as a human for healing, for love, for joy. So just noticing what you're noticing there and how there's different desires for different people. And then there's also this collective, we all want the same thing as well. So noticing how that shows up. Okay, let's place why we are here on these sessions beside us on this Zoom session. And we'll just take a moment feeling into our connection beside us and why we are here on these sessions. Notice how that feels. And let's just take this moment also to feel as we stand in the shoes of us on this Zoom session, presence the support around you. And in the past few constellations, we really presenced a lot of support from the other side, resources, ancestors. So just present that for yourself as we are with each other here, connected, and presence that for each other as well. So the support that's with you, your guides, your ancestors, whatever that is for you, presence that. And then one step further, presence that for all of us on this call. So having this awareness of the support that's here for us. And that leads us to the next part. Let's actually place in how we support each other. So how we support each other. And this is in relation to us on the Zoom session. So how we support each other. See how that shows up for you. How we support each other with that arrow up top. And let's look at that. So we're going to look at that, placing that in front of us on this Zoom session. So let's first place our hand on how we support each other and see how that shows up. And noticing what you're noticing, allowing it to come to be seen. You may notice an actual movement or notice how you are in relation to the other people. I'm seeing some people actually hold hands or like embrace in that way. Like I'm hearing, I am here with you. I am experiencing life just as you. There's this compassion. There's this giving. It feels from the heart, like this empathy. There's listening and understanding. So noticing how that shows up for you, how we support each other. There's just this being with each other, showing up, like showing up for this Zoom session, wherever you are in the world. There's this like effort that we commit ourselves to, not for just ourselves, but for others as well. So see what else shows up for you. Placing one hand on us on this Zoom session, let's really connect with how we support each other. So placing one hand on us on the Zoom session, the other, how we support each other. So really feel that at a deep level, how we are supporting each other. And also throughout this constellation, presencing that it's beyond us right here on this call live. So presence the people who are watching these videos in the future and our concept of the future and how we are supporting each other in that way. Feel the breadth and depth of that. You can feel into all four of these parts, noticing how they all relate. Okay, we're gonna go to the next step here. Let's place this how we support each other over here, kind of at an angle. We're gonna write the healing, and we'll write love and joy. We're gonna write those things. The healing, love, and joy we connect with. And as always, if any of these words need to be modified for you in your constellation, please do so. And we can place it in and see if that feels like it wants to be modified or if it works for you. So the healing, love, and joy we connect with. Let's tap into that. We're going to place this in front of us on this Zoom session, placing your hand on the healing, love, joy, and joy we connect with. Let's feel into that. How does that show up for you? Perhaps you are feeling it in your body right now. So noticing where you're feeling that. Could be heart related. So allowing that energy to really expand within you. The healing, love, and joy we connect with. And then also feeling that within others on the session. And let's place one hand on the healing, love, and joy we connect with. Again, noticing how the healing is also spreading in the body as well. And then the other hand on us on the Zoom session. And let's look at that. Let's feel that connection together. So feeling and embracing, receiving the healing, love, and joy that we connect with. How does that feel to receive? And just notice the receiving of it for right now. The visceral experience of the healing, love, and joy that we connect with within us. And also feeling, presencing the others on this session, also receiving that, also experiencing that. We're just going to receive that and experience that for just a moment longer. As this constellation continues, and after this constellation today, you are going to keep receiving the healing love and joy that we connect with and keep connecting with that. And the other side, asking them to support us in that. So please ask the other side, please ask our helpers to help you to continue to receive and connect with that after this constellation today, the healing love and joy that we connect with. Okay, we're gonna place this over here, place the healing love and joy we connect with over here. And let's add, we're gonna add the effect this has on the world. So the effect this has, so this healing love and joy that we connect with, the effect this has on the world. With that arrow up top. So let's place the effect this has on the world across from us on this Zoom session. Let's feel into the effect this has on the world. So just placing your hand on that. Noticing how that shows up. Notice the vastness of it, the reach of it. What's the energy of it? It's like swirling. How far does it reach? See the people, the faces that it reaches of all ages. Where does it go around the world? Noticing how far it goes. Also noticing what future, past, how it spreads. So past ancestors, future descendants. Noticing the spreading of it through time. Perhaps you're noticing how it spreads to people and then spreads from there as well. So noticing the sense of infinite healing, the sense of infinite effect that this has on the world. Notice that effect. So place your hand, keep your hand on this effect that it has on the world, that this has on the world, and the other on us on this Zoom session. And let's feel the connection there. How do you relate to this effect this has on the world? See that. Perhaps standing in your shoes, us on the Zoom session, acknowledge that you see this. So say, I see you now. I see how big you are. I see the effect that we can have on the world, on the universe, past and future, on everyone, on everything. I see it now. We're gonna add one more thing here. We're gonna bring in the awakening. We're writing the awakening with that arrow. Let's bring in the awakening up here as a context. And placing your hand on the awakening, just feel how that is, how that shows up today. So letting it be seen, letting it be acknowledged. And let's keep your hand on the awakening, and then let's place your other hand on us on this Zoom session. How does us on the Zoom session relate to the awakening? What's the connection there? Perhaps there is a receiving, messages receiving, and energy receiving. I'm seeing some energy cleansing. there's a cleaning out of some energies right now from the awakening. So if there's anything to receive right now, any cleaning, let's go ahead and do that. Receive that, clean that. And then the last part we'll do, just feel back into your field, into the different parts of your field. And you can continue to do this after the constellation as well. So you can place your hand on the awakening and then also at the same time, the effect this has on the world, at the same time, us on this Zoom session, feeling into those parts together. And then again, you can feel into all the parts of your field just by placing your hands on all of the parts, feeling that connection, feeling the energy of all of it. The significance, perhaps you're getting a greater perspective, a greater awareness. Noticing how that feels in your body. Okay, I think we're going to end this constellation here. And if we, for the next minute, if anyone, can you guys please chat, or you can share, unmute yourselves. Please chat how that was for you. And I will read some of the comments. Or again, you can chat, unmute yourself, up to you. And I'll just give another 30 seconds for someone to give a thumbs up, or we have one new message. What does it say? As soon as we brought in the how we support each other, so much heart energy. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Anyone else wanna? Thanks, Kimberly. Anyone else wanna comment? My awareness, as I heal myself, others will heal themselves too. Yeah. Thank you. The awakening had me burping a lot of processing, of energy, releasing. So see what that is for you, Lorraine. Awesome. Thank you. Anyone else want to give about 15 last seconds, and then we'll call it a morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow for day 7. Have a great rest of your day, wherever you are. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Yes.